Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to the channel. We are going to be playing some Crusader Kings 3 today. We're just going to be doing a Let's Play. And we're going to be starting a new campaign, looking to start in the year 867. And we're going to be playing in Ireland. So, affectionately known as Noob Island from CK2, although I think it's different playing in CK3. So, it should be a ton of fun. I played a game the other day, and we started in County Leinster, and we're going to do that again and play through and see what happens. So we're not going to play as this clown. We're going to create our own ruler. And this is a little finicky, and I tend to just spend way too much time on it, so I'm going to put a cut in here. I'm going to do some work and come up with our starting character. Okay, welcome back. After some adjustments and some tweaking, here is our starting character. We're going to go with a good Irish name, Matthew Lynam, and we'll be Insular Christian to start out with. That's, I think, the starting religion in the Isles, 867. We're going to be heterosexual, so we can produce a lot of heirs, get our fertility up, go with the traditional spelling of Matthew, and for dynasty, or house crest, we've gone with this kind of cool, just blue sun looking logo. So let's adjust our weight here and start picking some traits. Also, let me show you in here, we went with this sick Raider haircut. So it's like shaved in the back. I don't know why, I just think that looks awesome. Alright, so now we have some points to allocate to our new ruler. I think I'm going to go for Matt. I'm going to go down the espionage trait here. So his education, we're going to make Matt an intricate web weaver. And that's going to give him +6 intrigue. And then we can adjust some of these skills down here too. So personality, adjusting some of Matt's other traits here. I think Matt is a diligent worker. And let's see what else. Balance our points here. I'm going to say Matt's a little bit shy too. This does make it a little harder because shy characters have these negative modifiers here. So we'll give ourselves a little bit of a challenge. Other traits, we can give him some of these that you earn lifestyle traits. So that's what those are. I don't know the difference between all these exactly, but these you usually earn by, I don't know, achieving events or like going through the skill tree. So let's see. I think we're going to go with whole of body. So that's going to give Matt a solid fertility boost and also a boost to his health. And help his stress gain. So I think Matt's a pretty healthy dude. So we're going to go with that. Let's see what else. Alright, so we got our intrigue up there. Let's kick our diplomacy up a little bit. Prowess a little bit. Martial. We'll give him some martial skill. He's a good strategist, but I think these other traits are going to be higher. So we're getting all up into better learning diplomacy. Let's say, I don't know, let's see what else we've got. We've got a little bit of points left here. Eager Reveler would be good, but He's only 25 starting out, so we don't want to just go overboard with these things. Some of these are just going to make it way harder on us. So, like chaste, that gives us, although it is virtuous, it gives us a hit to our fertility. So you know what? Let's just call that good. So we're going to say we're going to be good there. Matt's not married, so we can pick our spouse in game. Let's rock. All right, so here we are. We'll go ahead and turn on the achievements. Everything else I'm just going to leave on default. So here's going to be Matt. We're diligent. We're a little bit shy. We're going to start out as insular Christian, and that's going to be fun. All right, so let's get going. We'll overwrite that other game that I was messing around on, where Matt murdered like everyone. Okay, so starting out here is our home county. We've got the game paused right away. So we can bring up our ruler screen here. So here's Matt. It's the year 867. We are just a lowly chief here in our tribal county. So ideally we would, we're going to get to feudalism here. But we're going to start out as just a collection of chiefdoms here. So we've got all our stats here, our faith, we have Irish culture, and we need to find a spouse. So you'll see down here we can also have secondary spouses. That's one of the tenets of insular Christianity, that they have polygamous marriages. So we're going to have like 4 spouses and 1 million kids. We're going to see how that goes. So here's some other tenets of the faith. We won't get into all that. But you can see it's a rural church that drifted away from Roman Catholic Orthodoxy some centuries ago. Lost one of its many once distinctive features, yet retains a greater emphasis on penance and monasticism, and incorporates many traditional Celtic marriage customs foreign to wider Christendom. So I think if we click here, we can also see sort of where this is at. So insular Christianity is up here. And we've got 2 holy sites, Armagh and Iona. You can see most of Western Europe here. It's all Catholic. Got our Norse religions. A lot of different Islamic sects. Tengri. And then all kinds of religions over there. So let's get back to the home county. Let's take a look at our county real quick. So our tribal holding, which will eventually be our barony, is Loch Garman. We have 2 temple holdings, and I'm going to try to pronounce those. One there, one up there, and then we do have room to build 1 new holding here eventually. So a couple other things going on. We got a warning up here that we have no player heir, so if we died right now, we would lose the game. And we need to select a lifestyle, and we need to select a spouse, and then we've got a few other items to address up here. One thing we need to get on right away is we don't have the appropriate number of spouses for someone of our faith. So we'll get a piety hit for that because we don't have enough spouses. And up here is our gold, our monthly prestige that we're earning, our piety, our renown, which is related to our dynasty, our levies, and our domain holdings up there. So we're well under the limit. And then over here we've got information about the domain. We just have the 1 county. We don't have any vassals really right now, just our temple holdings, I guess. But I guess they're not really vassals under chieftain. So this is basically our succession here. We can get into that later, but like I said, if we lose right now, if we die right now, we'll lose. Up here we got our marshal screen. This will kick in when we unpause the game. Here's our initial council. We'll probably make some adjustments to that. Details about who's in our court right now. Our intrigues screen, which we'll get into since our character's probably going to choose that lifestyle. Factions and different decisions we can do as we go along here. So let's start out. Let's choose a lifestyle. We can focus on diplomacy, martial, stewardship, intrigue, or learning. And since we already have the intrigue, decent stats in the education, we get a bonus towards. I guess it's just because of education, we get a bonus towards intrigue. So we'll go with our intrigue lifestyle. And starting out just by the character customization, we have three traits that we can pick here. So first we need to pick a focus in our lifestyle. We can go with skullduggery, temptation, or intimidation. It's not going to make much of a difference because we only have one county right now, but the more kids we have, it's just going to get wild. So I don't know if I want to do temptation. I think I'm just going to go straight up skullduggery for scheme, subversion, and secrets. So let's do that, and then we need to pick some of our traits. So this is kind of the seducer path, this is the torturer path, and this is just the straight schemer path. So I think I'm just going to start down here. This will allow us to fabricate hook schemes, so we can get hooks on other characters and force them to do things. And then let's go with swift execution, because we might have to murder a few fools, and that will help our scheme power there. We have one more. And yeah, we'll go down here too. So hostile scheme success chance is increased. Alright, so I'm going to unpause the game and let a day tick by, 2 days. And now let's see what we can do to find a spouse. So here's all the available people, and we have a variety of ways to sort of filter through these people. She's kind of jumping out at me right away just because of wow, she's got a lot of claims on a lot of territory. And we have a potential alliance right there. So she could be quite good if we want to go for an early alliance. And these press claims, I believe, are inheritable. So, yeah, any of our kids would inherit these claims, and then we could, go take this land over. So this is going to be a lot of stuff, down in France. So that'll be an option. We'll take a look at her. The other thing we want to look at, we can sort by relevance, alliance power, all that. But what I usually like to do is go in here and search for inheritable traits, because this will help our dynasty, and these are our traits our children can inherit. So a lot of times we want to just start if there's any geniuses in the mix. Got one. She wouldn't be too bad. She's a little bit older, but that's not terrible. I was going to give Matt some of these traits, and I totally forgot to do that. That's all right. We'll marry well and have our children inherit these traits. So I'm just looking through some of the traits that are really good here. So there are no beautiful characters. Sorry about that. Not even any pretty ones. We've got a few comely ones, like this chick, except she's also a hunchback, which is also inheritable. Let's see here, 23. You know what? Let's go with her. She seems decent. She is lowborn, sadistic, but she's honest about it, and wrathful. Let's go for it. Our kids can inherit that. Ethelhild will be our wife. So we're going to get a... We don't gain any prestige by this. She's going to gain some prestige. But that'll be great because she'll be good. We'll have several wives anyway, so it won't really matter. Alright, she's accepted our marriage proposal. We are now married, and we need to start making babies so we can have an heir. We don't lose immediately. So looking at our county a little bit here, Irish culture, insular Christian. We are on plains. Let's see, we've got plains, some hills. That'll affect our troops and everything. We've got a lot of buildings that we can build here to upgrade, kind of improve our holdings, but we basically have no money to do that. And our biggest thing as a chief with one holding is just to not get totally screwed by conquest. So we're gonna have to watch out for these guys. We got a lot of Vikings screwing around here in Britain. And they tend to like to go on adventures and conquer things. So they are everywhere, and they appear to... Yeah, they're already at war with the Wessex dynasty down here. So we're going to have to watch out for them. And our fellow chiefs, who probably just want to conquer us. So let's take a look at our military. It's pretty weak. We probably need to create a men-at-arms regiment, because all we have right now is a levy of 350 soldiers. So let's maybe just start with some light footmen. We're going to create those, and since we're tribal, it's going to use prestige to create them and then to maintain them. So we're not going to be dipping into gold yet for a while. But let's take a look at what our neighbors are looking like. So this guy, you can see his military strength are just a little bit stronger than us. Our neighbor, Kerbal, and he's building up some troops here as well. And this guy, the Earl of Ormond, yeah, so he's already made an alliance over here. So he's going to be tough. So let's also see what we can do as far as raiding. So he's got some loot there. It's good to go on raids because we can get loot, but it's also going to depend on our strength. So right now we're just going to let the game run a little bit. Build up our troop levels, and then we might be able to do some raids here on our neighbor if he doesn't get too strong. Oh, excellent. We actually got an unpressed claim here on our neighbor thanks to our who did that? Our chancellor, I believe. All right, so let's look at that real quick. Yeah, now we have an unpressed claim here, so we can go to war with him if we want. So if we were going to declare war, we do already have some of these, I think, just being as a chief. Because we're a chief, we can just straight up conquer him. But you can see here he's got, because of his allies mostly, he's got a much superior force that he can muster, so it's probably not going to go well. But down here we also have the actual claim against him that we could use. Alright, so we got a pop-up here. Leinster's Lament. We need those resources for the troops. If one small village in Leinster has to starve, the heated argument between my counselors follows me out of the room, and Clemens, a representative from Leinster, greets me with tired eyes as I approach. So we can choose here. This decree will force them to leave you alone, or which one is the village in the grand scheme of things? So we're going to get some prestige, increase levies for 10 years. It's going to hurt our development growth. Oh, well, I accidentally clicked on the top one, so... what did that do for us? I think it helped our development growth. But maybe it took a hit to our levies? I don't know. Alright, let's take a look here at our council and see if we can get anybody better. So all of these guys are pretty decent, except especially for the start of the game. Our lowest one is our marshal. Do we have somebody better? We can recruit this guy, but he's only one level better. And he's got super low prowess, so we probably don't want to recruit him just to get him as a knight. That's not going to do anything for us. So let's take a look here also at our champions. Nobody great, but just starting out and just being a chief with one county, that's probably about as good as we can do. Alright, so we got some raiders over there. Watch out for them. Let's see. Gosh, he is just really pumping up his troops. I wanted to raid him. Let's see who else we might be able to raid. He's relatively weak. He is stronger than us there. Could raid him, maybe. Alright, these guys are gearing up. They are being raided right there. So let's see how that battle goes. We might be able to dip in after this battle and steal some gold. Alright, Chiefess Aethelhild is pregnant. Excellent. Good job, Matt. Alright. I think we can afford to create another regiment of men-at-arms, so let's... Bowmen are good at countering skirmishers, so let's make a regiment of archers. And once they get built up, we'll see if we can go raid somebody. So the real benefit of raiding is you can get a little bit of loot from the county. So like they've been raided, they don't have any loot. This guy only has 3 in Difflin. He's got a full 15, but he is stronger than us with his allies. But the real benefit is if you can... Like this banner here shows that this is where he is located. So the real benefit is when you go on a raid, if you can capture prisoners, and then ransom them after the fact. That's where the real money is. Alright, so we're just waiting for our bowmen to get together. No. As I wait outside the birthing chamber, each minute feels like a lifetime. Aethel's screams have ceased, with no infant's cry to replace it. Something is wrong. I can feel it in my bones. The door opened. The midwife's wretched expression confirms all my fears. I'm so very sorry, my lord. Lady Aethelhild, your son. They are both in heaven now. Damn it! Her wife died. Oh. Died in childbirth. Damn it. Alright, now we gotta find a new wife. Oh, let's see who's out there. This lady is a genius, but she's getting old. Helois is Amazonian, so that would be good. Right now I'm just kind of looking at the traits to see what sort of genetic traits we can find. Find the best spouse. I kind of liked... Where was she? Let's look at Isabella Cisalpine. Well, let's try her. She's got some pretty decent stats. She is pretty, so our kids can inherit that. Let's see if she'll marry us. She will. Alright, wife number 2. Okay. And not a lot of choices for our secondary spouses. So we'll forget that. Oh, this is awesome. Our steward got additional taxes. So this is pretty huge because gold is hard to get in the beginning. So alright, I just saw some raiders popping up. Watch out for them. Alright, so let's see if we can upgrade, build some new stuff here in our county. What do we want here? Gosh, gold is so valuable, but I think I'm going to go... Got enough for this? Yeah, I think I'm going to build some gathering halls so we can get the increased levies and the prestige boost. So we get some taxes. Alright, well those raiders fight. We got another lifestyle bonus here. Let's just keep working down this tree. Let's go for that. Increase our ability to disrupt schemes. These guys were recently raided. They have no loot. Nor do they. Got a little bit. What's their strength? Alright, so let's add another rally point up here just in case. Oh, they're actually raiding. Alright, chased by shadows. Footsteps echoing down dark hallways, misplaced papers in my study, a shadow seen from the corner of my eye. You think someone is following you? My wife, Chiefess Isabella, seems to mull it over before nodding to herself. I have noticed some suspicious things in the castle recently. So we need to get to the bottom of this. We can gain an intrigue lifestyle perk, or we can just go more vigilant. So let's go for it. Let's get a new lifestyle perk if we can. Alright, so we'll see what happens. Let's see if we can go on a raid. Chased by shadows, hidden in one of the more desolate hallways, one that leads to the most private chambers as well as the castle gardens. I wait and I watch. Was it foolish to come here? Maybe if I have footsteps. Moving quietly down the hallway, a figure emerging from the shadows. What is Lorcan doing here? We'll confront him immediately, which would expose him. We can continue to follow him. Continue searching for the spy. We've got a slightly better chance because of our intrigue strength. Let's see if we can figure anything out. And let's see if we can go raid up here as the only thing that hasn't been raided. I managed to follow Lorcan without a sound. He hurries down one hallway after another, and after a couple minutes he steps right past my chambers and out into the castle gardens. Well, it is a lovely night tonight. So we've laid our suspicions to rest. This is a value lesson, and we gained 1 lifestyle. Alright, so let's go for prepared for anything. It's going to lower scheme success chances against us and our quarters. Oh, there's a lot of raiders coming out here. This might not go well. Let's move up here, maybe. I don't know if we will just straight up fight them if we come right here. I guess so they've got to fight this battle first. And then they fight us? Yeah, here we go. Oh, and we're losing horribly. Alright, we lost, so we're going to get kicked back home. But that's okay. We can build up our troops a little bit and go on a raid some other day.